I don't know. Hopefully this is working this time. See how this works. I have to do some testing on uh, the stream here. See how loud everything is. See if I'm a little bit louder or not. Probably not. Okay. The important thing is that the sound of the game is not louder than me. Alright. Let's see. We'll do that test for now. Let me check this out. We'll do that test for now. Alright, that sounded alright. So the big question is the drill. You still hear me over the drill. Alright, that sounded alright. So the big question is... I'm listening to myself right now. You still hear me over the drill. Oh, that's perfect. Alright. So let me fix that. I don't want to listen to myself. There we go. Alright. Back in. Let's see. We got the sound up. So, last things I want to do on this thing is, let's give me some more. Oh, we got the ice in here. That needs to go bye-bye. We'll grab that. That. All I'm doing here is just kind of making lame landing gears in case this thing doesn't have a very pleasant landing. Let's see. Like that, like that, like that. Like that. Like that. There we go. I know it don't look pretty, but... Oh, the other thing I have to add is the parachutes to this thing for the... When we come back, I don't actually, you know... I don't come back with all of my hydrogen engines intact. I won't have a completely terrible day. Alright, so I do have those here. Where can we put those? I could probably put them... They do have to face the right way. Okay, those are right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2... Ah, no. 9. That looks right. There we go. Computers, motors, and small thingies. Let's go like that. Computers. What was that? Small thingies. Motors. And... Oh man, I don't remember what it was. Oh, whatever. We'll grab those. Oh, that was everything. Nice. So I turned the engine back on this. This is the hydrogen engine because my batteries came out of charge and nothing was happening. So I had to turn that back on. But what I'm making sure of is that, we'll shut this down, is that the hydrogen engine is not taking from the tank, which it's not. It's still just running off the O2 generator. One O2 generator will run the small hydrogen engine, and I do have plenty of ice. They seem to have done something. I'm pretty sure they tweaked these because it doesn't seem like it's using as much ice as it was before. That was one. It's like a contentious thing that it's either people want it or they don't want it because they want the engine to be pretty realistic. But unfortunately, this whole game is not that very realistic when it comes to physics anyway. So so we got those both. Did I get them both built? Yep. So now I got 8 of them. That's good. So these are individually wrapped. So that means I'm only going to be able to put 2 in each one. This is like a bare minimal type of space vessel. It's usually what I do, especially if you want to go and look for uranium. Uranium is only in space, so we have to be conscious of that now. I'll put some of this back for here. So the other thing I want to do is, because I want to bring drills with me, ship drills, 2 of them. The ship drills can actually come off of these 2 parts right here, which will allow us to mine in space in case I want to build a base. The other thing I can do is I can get a survival, because I think it would be too much to have a basic assembly. Well, maybe not. Maybe we can. Let's try it. So what I want to do is I want to go into would be large blocks, and what I want is a survival, one of these. So I'm going to build one of those. So it's going to build all the things I need for that. And the other thing we want is an assembler, which is 419. Not a full scale assembler though, so a basic assembler. And we'll take one of those. And the other thing we will need is a basic, where are you? Not assembler, refinery. So basic refinery. So that'll make everything we need. Will I have enough stuff to do it? I might. We'll see. And it'll all put everything right here in the assembler, so I can just grab it from there and I can put it into probably the most safe place would be the medium cargo container. As you can tell, this thing is not actually charged yet. So what I actually want to do is the first test I want to do is I actually do want to connect to this, because I can use this to help charge the hydrogen engine, and also we can charge the batteries. This is a good little thing, but since we are running hydrogen off of our power and our thrusters, it's quite the strain on the hydrogen or the ice, anything in that whole system. So as long as we get everything powered up 100%, we should be all set to go. So let's see if we can get this thing tested out. First things first, we need to get all of our groups in line here. So the atmospheric thrusters, those point down. Hydrogen thrusters, those point down. We got our batteries that we can put on, recharge on and off, and one of those, and I got my spotlights. I'll put those over here, toggle block on and off. So the other thing we will need is the connector, which we will have switch lock set. And oh, the parachutes. I need to group the parachutes. Okay, so we'll go into I, control. There's parachute hat 1, 2, 3. I'll just call them chutes. We'll save that. I'll also hide these so I don't have to see them all the time. And then we'll go back into G, back into groups. So now all those chutes are set to go. So open and close, we'll do that on our own. So I think I got everything that I need. If we go to V and I turn everything on, let's see. Yeah, so this vessel, if you didn't know, is designed to go straight up using the hydrogen engine. The large hydrogen engine is enough to actually get this ship up in the air. The atmospheric thrusters are just there to help get it out of that first part of the atmosphere, and to take some of the load off of the hydrogen, for we're not using as much hydrogen, at least in the first third of the flight, out of the atmosphere. And yeah, that's all good. So let's turn on Also, if you look, I don't have atmospherics any other way, so the hydrogen engines every other way are enough to keep me stable, you know, going in one position, whatnot, up that. And plus we have a forward, that's our stop one. It's not much, but for space it's enough. It's to stop us while we're in space. It has no use to us while we're on the atmosphere, because you don't actually need one facing up. So you're supposed to land it back down like this. That's why you have the parachutes facing that way, and the parachutes come out. If you have a problem, you can land it. Sometimes I used to use the parachutes because it's just so much easier, but then you don't have as much control over where it's landing. So yeah, that's a thing. So let's put these on and these on. We should have everything on. Yep. So let's see how bad this is going to turn out. It might turn out very bad. Oh, we're stable. We're stable. That's good. Ah, did we have any doubts? Come on. There we go. Completely stable. Alright. So the next question is, can I get it to dock? So everything's backwards on this. So that's something you got to remember. Up, down. I'm just going to get this over here. And I'm going to twist it around. There we go. And I'm going to come back up here. So up is up in this case. And see, see that? And then we lock her in place and we shut everything off. And now we let things go. So I'll take this off. I'll shut this off again. This is full, so we don't need to worry about that. And we have enough stuff charging our batteries. And last but not least, I do want to get some more ice. So, for anybody in the audience right now, I see there's 3 of you. I know that's not much, but what do you guys have you guys been playing any of the public tests, and what do you think about them? Ooh, look at me. So I'll go like that. I'm just gonna keep loading up on ice here just to get us ahead. And if I look, I do like this new button right here that is only show the inventories of the current ship, in which this case it's the actual large grid. So look at that. Isn't that neat? So I should take a few extra. So let's grab all of these. Wow, that actually filled me up. I'm going to put these into here. And I'm going to grab some more. Hey, what happened? Oh, did I just grab that from the... Oops. That was silly of me. Alright, go back to this. The assembler. There we go. And I do want to grab some more stuff just in case. There we go. So you don't want to add too much weight, because then you'll have problems getting up into space. There we go. Go like that. I'm going to recharge this. This took all my ice, unfortunately. And the one thing we should note is that this... why can I talk right now? This tank right here, this hydrogen tank, should be charging up pretty darn good right now. Hydrogen tank. Yeah, we're already at 82%. So we're you know, we're doing good. We're doing good to get off the planet. You know, when I made the first part of this video, it would have been nice to have been able to talk to you guys, but I got a pretty busy family life in here, and you know, we don't have a very big house, so I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to listen to screaming children. You don't want to listen to, you know, Disney movies all day in the background, so yeah, that's why I do that. Or it's another reason why I don't do a whole lot of videos anymore, because yeah, it's pretty hard to get a quiet house nowadays. Not that that's bad. Put that there. There we go. Special Ops Ferret, I am not running any mods on this. This is a vanilla game right now. Completely vanilla. I can show you. Actually, can I show you? Here, we'll just do... you trust me, it has no mods. I do like easy inventory, but I did not add it to this one. It does work. It does work with the test games, so it is an option if you do want to download it. If you know what easy inventory is, it's basically when you can makes life a whole lot easier when you are trying to build stuff. It allows you to grab the components from any cargo container or any container at all, as long as it has it, and automatically set it up for you. So I know that does work. And did you have a specific question about any particular mod? Because I have tried a lot of them on some of my other test games. A lot of them don't work yet with this. Like LCD2s doesn't work. Tim doesn't work. What else? There's a few of them. There's been a lot of scripting changes in the actual scripting language of what the mods are using, and LCD2 and Tim both use a certain reference in here that has been changed. So it's my understanding that the guy that has done LCD2s has actually already got the fix for it. He just hasn't released it yet because it's not actually out yet. You know, and if you want to play it's pretty easy to actually play this this test version. You can just go on. The Reddit forum has the link, and so doesn't the actual forums on the Steam page has the links to the password you have to put in and all that stuff. It's not like it's only for certain people. Anybody can play it. It's just that it's only last until Monday. Oh, and since we're all here, I'm gonna give you guys a little secret. Oh yeah, the wind turbines. You probably haven't seen those yet, right? So these are what I started off when I did my speed build to get to this stage. Is I started off with the windmills. So these are the windmills. I'll show you a few things. We'll go into the control panel here. If you look at the windmills now, they're based on their height. So, and it's not like it's unfortunately it's like a set height. So it's based off, like, consider like sea level of what the Earth-sized planet or Mars. It does work. Those work on Mars too, and I think they might work on Europa. I'm not sure. They might work on that. I haven't tried Europa yet, but it's basically based off a height at zero sea level, if you can consider that. So the higher you go, the more power you get out of them. And in my case, I think I'm getting max power out of them. So it says, so one turbine is giving me 373.94 kilowatts. I've actually seen 400 before, but that was on playtest 1, and I don't know if they've changed it. And obviously it says the wind clearance is optimal. You do have to keep a small space in between. I usually keep 5 5 cubics or whatever you want to call them between each one. It doesn't seem to affect it. I think you can actually do like 3, but I wanted to keep it kind of even because I'm pretty bad at that. The other thing is that they did change a lot of how everything works. Back in playtest 1, playtest 2, when you start with your small ship, which is over there, you only start with the survival kit, and they've changed just like considerably. Playtest 1 and 2 was very grindy, trying to get the stones to turn into all the ores. The reason why it was grindy was because it cost you 20, let me see if we can go through that right here. So if you wanted to build a steel plate, it actually cost you 20 ingots, but right now they've made everything the same at 2.10 ingots. The only difference between, I have a normal assembler now, the third tier in here, but the only difference between these are the fact that with this particular assembler, the survival one, you only have these options. When you go to the basic one, which is the second tier one, that can only build, I think from batteries, like all this stuff, you can add your metal grids and your small steel tubes. And then finally, when you go to the third tier, it adds your thruster components and your superconductors. And I believe your, I'm trying to remember here, your medical components. So that's something to keep in mind. So yeah, it's a lot easier. I mean, to actually start. I don't really even consider it like a survival anymore. I mean, it is funner than it was before when you had that big huge ship and it could you're basically already surviving once you landed. So this is what's left. I've kind of gutted it a little bit. It still has power and stuff. I actually turned it into a flyer in the first five minutes of the game because it's possible it starts with 4 thrusters that actually are facing down, and it's pretty easy to turn it into a flyer by adding a remote control block, which is right there, and it already has the antenna. And you do need to add a gyroscope to it, which is right there. And then you just sit in the seat and you hook to it and you fly away. But it is hard to control, so it's got to be like a helicopter. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, hopefully that answered your question. Yeah, about the wind turbines. Hopefully. We'll see how that's going. O2. There we go. So we got that O2 generator. I do want to make sure we're set here. And the control panel, the only way to stop that from grabbing what I'm about to do is to shut it off. I'll go back to inventory, I'll go over here. This ship will be this side, and I'll go to my medium cargo and I will add as much ice to it as I can, which seems like it's all of it. Alright. So there we go. That thing should be ready to go to space now. Let's see if I am correct. Alright. Oh yeah, so the secret I wanted to tell you guys, I've actually been playing the playtest 1, 2 as they come out all the time. There is a secret way to keep playing the game, and if you guys want to know how to do that, why don't you can ask me and I'll tell you how to do it. But you just got to remember, you can't bother Keen about anything, and you can't bother modders after you're playing it, after the playtest is done. I'll tell you guys anyway. So the secret to it is to actually make a copy of your directory of your space engineers in your Steam folder or wherever you actually have it. Now it has to be the copy of the test version. You put it somewhere. I have the copies of all 3 of them, actually 1, 2, and 3, just in case they fix it. But I don't think they're actually going to fix it. So 1, 2, and 3. So this time you would copy number 3, and you'd copy it somewhere else on the your hard drive. You know, it's just the whole thing, the whole Space Engineers directory. When Monday comes, the UTC time, I think it's 4 a.m. UTC, I believe. What's going to happen is that they're going to switch off the test version, and you're going to automatically be updated back to the old version of Space Engineers. So you need to let that happen. So you need to be back into the Space Engineers version that before the test version, which is the one everybody's playing when they're not doing the test version. And when that's all done, you just take your copy of the copy one that you made of the test version. You go back into your Steam directory, delete all the internals, all the directories that's in there, and you paste the test version back in there. And what you're doing is you're tricking Steam into thinking that you're playing the standard version when you're actually just playing the test version. So that's how you cheat the system, and you can keep playing. So there you go. Who would have ever thought you would have got that information from such a small YouTuber? Huh? If you guys don't understand what that meant, you just ask in the chat there if you didn't understand it. So what I'm gonna do here, I was gonna do a video on that, but then I thought maybe it wouldn't have been a good idea because I really don't want Steam. I don't really want Keen to fix it. I don't think they can fix it because I think it's actually taken advantage of a Steam problem. You know, as long as you don't verify your files, you'll be all set and you can keep playing. That's how I do it. Again, you just have to let it auto update back to the normal version, and then you just copy the test version back over it, and Steam doesn't know any difference, and it just and you'll be playing the copy version for the whole time. Whew, all right. So I think we're ready to try to get to space here. I do got to make sure I don't actually hit I don't hit my windmills there. Maybe that was a bad idea there. So not really. Oh, actually, what I want to know is to make sure that my batteries are not messed up. So I do have those off, right? Yeah, okay. Batteries fully why is it taking so long to recharge them? Well, that's not good. Oh, they're on auto mode. I should have just recharged them. There we go. Recharge. Oh, see how they take less time to recharge them? So 8 minutes. We got 8 minutes to recharge these, and then we will be good. The problem was I think they were helping run the base, which is not ideal for that. All right, so we got all that. We got that. Do I actually need anything? We got 8 minutes before those charges up. Go back to this. I have 1.1. I got that. I mean, I will be coming back here, obviously. I mean, if you guys want to, I'm just trying to do all the testing that I can. Normally, I would just hang around and I'd build a nice base and all that stuff. But right now, I want to get to space because I want to try out the new asteroids that they said they balanced. Quote, balanced, if you can say that or not. But I will go... Let's go get some more iron. You can never have enough iron. Just while that 8 minutes is doing its thing. Go down this way. And hopefully the sound sounds good. I did check it out before I actually started playing. It did sound a lot better than that very first video I made, which I got rid of, by the way, because I just couldn't stand the fact that you couldn't hear me. I think I did that video yesterday. I did. It was kind of my first test video anyway. It's amazing how long the ores last now outside of the game, but I guess in game terms, it hasn't been that long since I've been here. So yeah, that's the thing. If you're not playing the test version because you're kind of mad that it will end by Monday, well, now you know how to bypass that. Again, just don't bother anybody if you keep playing it. You can't really complain about bugs or no mod support for certain things, stuff like that, because obviously that stuff's not going to be official until it's completely out. Go. I still have some ice. That's all right. There we go. That will go into there. That'll do us good. How are those batteries doing? Control. I know it hasn't been 8 minutes. 6 minutes left. They don't really hold a lot of power, but I don't actually need a whole lot of power anyway. Hopefully I won't have, well, I guess I will, but that's why we have, this is, by the way, this right here is the small hydrogen engine, if anybody's wondering. That's what I built the last time I was out here, the hydrogen engine. It seems like on a 1-to-1 basis, one O2, small O2 generator can supply it, but it can't supply anything else, so it can't actually fill your hydrogen tanks, which we're at 100% right now. So that's something to keep in mind. Optimally, you would want to actually set this up to have a large grid tank on it. For you can just land this thing and it instantly gets filled up and it's ready to go again. Obviously charging the batteries if you needed to charge the batteries, but we do have that hydrogen engine to help with that. All right. Now I'm just kind of waiting. God, I hate waiting. Charge my batteries, dang it. I have not, this is still the basic refinery. I haven't built the last tier refinery yet because I didn't really need to. So. Is this battery charged? I do have that on auto, good. You know what? I could probably go now. It's probably not a big deal. I really can't wait. I am not patient enough. We got 4 minutes left. That means we have at least a few minutes of battery life. All right. Oh, there is one thing I do want to add to this cockpit, and that is the hydrogen engine. Did I add that? No, I didn't. So we can turn that on and off. So if I run out of power, I can do that. So yeah, here we go. I'm going. I can't wait anymore. We are off. This is our first flight into space. It's kind of like a scout into space. Everything is on, right? I have that on. I have that on. So I will disconnect. Let me make sure that the cargo still has. I have all the ice in the cargo. Yep. It might be too heavy too. Let's just make sure it's not. We'll find out in a second when I fall like a brick. Oh no! Don't shut that off. 8. Yeah, I guess I'm too heavy, huh? Wait, why did everything shut? Oh, because I'm a goofball. I don't have my batteries on. There we go. Oh, all right, yeah. Don't mind me. So, going straight up. Back into here. I'm just curious if I can run without the hydrogen engines. I can. As long as I'm not falling backwards. I'm not. So right now I'm not running with the hydrogen engines. I am falling though. Get back up to 100. Fall back down. Hey Ryan White, how you doing? Right now we're just trying to get... Oh, look at my my battery power though. Maybe I should... If I turn on the hydrogen engine, that probably would go away. No. Wow. I'm just kind of thrusting my engines a little bit for I don't waste all my hydrogen. You can see my hydrogen down there in the H2. I guess I was just trying out those small batteries. I usually don't put a small battery on this particular vessel, but I was just kind of trying them out. I have 4 of them on there, and it's not enough to cover... It's kind of unbelievable. It's not enough to cover 4 thrusters. I'm doing good. Just trying out the new test play number 3. And if you're wondering, Ryan, I'm not going to say it again, but if you wind back maybe like 10 minutes, I spill the secrets on how you can keep playing the test version even when it ends. It's a little known secret. I've actually been playing the test version 1 since it. I've been playing the test versions ever since they come out. I've never been denied, and that's not something Keen gave me. There's a little secret that you can do that. So if that's your reward for coming and visiting this stream, if you want to know. Oh, you don't even have it. Okay. Well, I guess that would help if you had it. KSP, yes, I've been playing KSP. I actually was playing it I've been playing it for years. So I was playing it before the test version the latest test version did come out. So yeah, I do love KSP. You're a veteran KSP. Well, you probably know who I am. Well, maybe you don't, because my mod's not that popular anymore. But I am actually the mod author to Mission Controller. I'm Malkuth, believe it or not. Alright, so look at my battery. So I think it's the fact that these are not working anymore. So you guys want to know the secret to getting to space, at least to save you some hydrogen. You actually have to kind of feather your engines a little bit here. There's another way you can do it, but I just like doing it this way. You can do the override option too, which basically does the same thing I'm doing. But yeah, I kind of shut it off, and I let the speed drop down to, 75, 60. I'll go to 70. And then you turn it back on, and that one large engine is enough to bring this up. You see our gravity is at 0.32. Ah, there you go. Well, thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody showing up. Go. So if you did use the engine override option, you would not actually slow down like I slow down, so you would actually probably get to space faster, but I just didn't really feel like setting it up. So, and I never really do feel like setting it up, so whatever. I did pack enough stuff to make a refinery And actually, you know what? Oh, I did, didn't I? I'd have to find out. I'll have to look. A basic refinery and a basic thing, but I don't have anything to power it, do I? Actually, I can use the ship to power it. The thing about space, too, I don't know if they changed it. I don't know if it's part of what they said in this latest update, that they balanced something, but before you could not find much ice in space, which was a huge problem. It had, oh look, there's an asteroid right there. You guys see it? Which definitely was a big problem when starting that. Just glad I can talk this time. The last two videos I did today, I couldn't talk because the kids in the background screaming and yelling. I think they were watching what the heck is that called? Let It Snow or whatever. I don't know. The Disney movie there. You can tell I'm also not slowing down. I mean, I'm not losing speed as fast because my gravity is at 0.13. So yeah, we'll make it out with plenty of power. There we go. Again, this is the playtest 3 version. Frozen, yeah, that's it. Frozen. God, I had to listen to that song like 100 times while I was playing. Because I got them the version that has, after, you know, the end, all the end stuff, and it has that song in like every single language ever made, and it just keeps playing over and over and over, and oh my god. Like a different artist would do it from every different country that had like a different language. You know, it was funny the first 7 songs, but after a while it got a little old. I'm almost out. The other thing I got to make sure of is that I don't actually run out of hydrogen. .7. Go back to that. Let me look. So cargo-wise, I have 13.5 there and 7. So we actually have. So they have definitely adjusted the ice. They really have. I'd have to do the numbers on it. I'd have to figure it out. But I think they've made less ice. I think they made everything use less ice to get to where you need to get. So that's kind of cool. I haven't seen any random encounters yet or any pirates. I definitely want to stay away from pirate vessels. What am I at here? Oh, 37 minutes, 38 minutes, and we're already gone to space. Woo! I'm still not trying to do the speed run. Right now I'm just playing. Just still trying to go speedy, but not, you know, that's too annoyingly annoying. So if you guys are wondering, this is all you need to get to space in a small ship. You need hydrogen thruster, you know, a big one on the back, and you need the tank, and you need an O2 generator, and you need a cargo in case you want to bring anything back, and you need an energy source, which could be either the big battery. I usually just use the big battery, or in this case I use the small batteries, and I use the hydrogen engine, the small version of it, hopefully, to do its thing. Alright. So now we are in space. See how we have the P gravity down there? That's the planet gravity is at 0, and our artificial gravity is at 0. I do have full oxygen in here, so that's good because we have the O2 generator. You don't need an O2 tank to take care of that. And right now, if I did anything silly, like I turned back on my engines, you would see that I would start slowing down with that front engine. I do want to head for some rock, so let's see what we can find here. There we go. I do have random encounters on, I do believe. Yeah, it's a default setting anyway, so. Shut my dampers off. So, and it's a pretty speedy little vessel too, so it gets you where you need to get with that large engine. It's just you got to give it a little bit more time to slow down. Yeah, actually, Special Ops Ferret, every version I've played so far, playtest 1, playtest 2, and 3 have been extremely stable. No issues at all with like crashing or anything like that, or even slowdowns, but I don't really get very deep into it because I'm just really kind of testing out the survival aspects of everything, but yeah, it's very stable. They've actually done a good job for once. I mean, I'm still not happy with the whole survival aspect of the game. I mean, it's funner, and it's definitely a little bit funner than playtest 1 and 2 is, when you had to grind for 3 hours to even get the basic. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, you know something I just remembered? I don't have an ore detector on here. That's not good. Hopefully we don't crash into anything. And the first thing I don't see is ice. I also don't have an antenna on here, so I'll have to be very careful where I leave it. Is this a hole right here? I do have lights though. Where are those? There they are. The one thing I did notice when I did play playtest 1 and 2 is that even with an ore detector, the ice never showed up on it. You had to basically see it. It was kind of annoying if they did have it. I don't see... There has to be something in here. Oh, look at that. There we go. There's some more rocks over there. I don't have it installed now because, like I said, this is completely vanilla, but that almost looked... Oh. I did have the better ore detectors installed in my other place, because when I got to space in those versions, there's something right there that looks like... Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. That was bad. Alright. And that's why we have the bumpers. So that's iron, right? Yeah, it should be, yep. Yeah, so I did have the better ore detectors, because a lot of the ores, and I did find that the way they seem to have broken everything up is that they've put in the asteroids into like sections. Like, believe it or not, this asteroid and this asteroid are the same. This should have iron on it too, and most of them had maybe 1 or 2 ores on them. So it made you do a lot more exploring to get things done. I'll show you what I mean by they have the same. But that one right there, those are like another cluster of them. They'll have the same type of ores on them. And I don't sure. Sometimes it's hard to tell, but what's what? That's obviously the moon right there. But I will go to these just to show you guys. Man, this thing takes off so quickly. Yeah, so the way they've made this right now, they've made ice a rare commodity in space, which is kind of disheartening, and it makes you to completely change how your game is done. A lot of times what I used to do is I'd get out of the ship and I would remember that I'm here, because again, I don't have I could put a you can kind of cheat and go like, not really, it's not really cheating, but you can, let me shut some of these off, the respawn pod. You can just put a temporary thing there to show you where your ship, oh, that's magnesium, yep. So, more magnesium, yep. It seems like you can move a lot quicker when you're, you know, you're not risking smashing into anything. Oh, really? All the mods I have. So Tim, LCD2s, Easy Inventory. Easy Inventory does work, so I just don't have it installed. So not much in there. Obviously uranium, finding uranium would be a gold mine for us, because again, uranium is no longer on the planets, so that's something that's been changed. And I will get rid of that marker that I just made, because I hate having more than one. We don't want to head back to the planet. The other thing I used to like doing, I wish they could, you could like, I guess you can, but I wish you could kind of flag every asteroid you've been to. I mean, you could put a GPS on everyone, but it gets kind of messy, let's just say. Yeah, sometimes I do play with the speed mods. I still believe those still work. I did read some forum information that a lot of people were having going over a certain speed now, like over like 400 ms, and they were having crashes with the playtesters, but I don't know if that was just them. You know, everybody's computer is different, so everybody has different issues and stuff like that. But yeah, I usually didn't go any. I usually just kept it down to like 300, like in the 300 ms range, something like that. I'd get one of those type of control mods, or actually I'd get the one that you can set it up yourself. But it makes getting off the planet super easy, but it makes landing on the planet super hard. So that's what people never understand, is that it's the opposite. Oh no. Okay, so that was like not cool. So what killed me getting out of there? So I guess we just found our first bug. And I didn't have a... So now we just witnessed one of the new features of the game, is that you now have to basically get respawned by your survival kit, or right next to it. You can't like just spawn anywhere anymore. So that's a bummer. That means my ship is stuck up there. But technically that was a bug, because nothing should have killed me coming out of there. Man! So I could technically just kind of zone myself back there, I guess. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to do, because that was a bunch of crap. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. Admin tools. I think all this is changed too. Am I even in the right thing? I can tell how much I do this. Oh, that's spectator mode. Actually, I think I can do that. Can I get to there with spectator mode? I don't know. Here we go. Not knowing how anything works. Oh, cool. What the? Enable creative mode tools. I can do that. And they used to have the option to like jump to everything. Can use all terminals. I think I have to go to cycle through objects. All right, so there we go. Let's go to next or previous. Find only large grids. No, find only small grids. It's not. Sort by characters. Biggest grids. Next. There it is. So I will teleport here. I will shut off admin tools, and I will go back to hey, how did I get back here? Go back to player controls, so I should be there. There we go. So where's my body? Anybody know? Anybody know what killed me? Where is my body location? Is it really that far away? I did. That's the first time I actually did read that a lot of people were suffering, still suffering from getting out of the cockpit. Dying bug. Is that thing moving? Oh, it is. So I'll have to keep up with it. Have to match its speed. So annoying. I just want these. That's all I wanted. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do I remember where my ship is? I think it's over here. I'm pretty sure it's over here. Did I lose my ship? That's why you put antennas on your ship. Ah, there it is. I knew it was over here. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. Alright. So we're back. I will head for another stony rock somewhere. How are we doing on our ice? Oh, look at that. Yeah, they have definitely adjusted the ice. How much ice you use, because I would have been out by now. Which is not a bad thing, because I always thought the thrusters were completely terrible in their efficiency. I haven't seen any random encounters. I know I turned it on. Why haven't I? I should have seen some by now. Oh, so the other thing the random encounters do is that they blink in and out, so sometimes I just might miss them. I mean, they're not always solid, like a solid state. When I built that, did I have medical components? No, so I can't even build because I didn't think ahead for that. Darn it. Yeah, so they definitely adjusted the ice consumption. I would have to figure it out. It's definitely lower. It definitely is. I have no doubts about it now. I'm back at 96% hydrogen, and I still have 3.7, 7.6, so I've used half my ice so far. I mean, it's not a whole lot, but it's definitely better. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop at this one, and I'm going to make sure that I actually have random encounters on. I'm pretty sure I do. Turn around, you can slow down quicker. So we'll just save this game here. Let me come back to a stop. Save. Yep. And we'll go to exit menu. And I'll show you guys the new loading screen too that they have. So they have all new videos for the loading screen. They're actually pretty cool. So load game. Yep. And star system. We can edit settings. Go to so just to show you, I have tons of mods, but none of them are installed. Just for you guys realize that. I will go to advanced. Enable spiders, subgrid. Yeah, they're all. Yeah, cargo ships are on. I usually turn the in-game scripts on. What's on unsupported? Friendly, enter respawn, enter friendly missile, remote. Enable wolves. Enable spectator. Alright, well, there you go. Well, it's on. It should be working. Go back to star system. Oh. Live stream 2. Why is it different? You know why it's different? Because I just saved it and it automatically set it as something else. Alright. Cool. Cool. And we're back. Oh, it looks like we have more. Oh. Did something freeze up here? Really? I just told you guys how the game... I haven't had a problem with the game, and all of a sudden now I'm having problems with the game. Oh. That means something just spawned in. That's interesting. Usually when you get a pause like that, that means that the random encounters has kicked something in close to you. I thought it crashed, but it didn't. I wonder what that is. Let me check to make sure that is actually indeed magnesium. Yep. Let me put a GPS on this. Let's see. New from this current position. So obviously the other mod I like to play with is the what is it? The random encounters one. That one that adds all the different random encounters, the planetary bases and planetary cargo ships. Oh god, I love that mod. And I'm really disappointed that Keen can't seem to get their act together to come up with their own version of that. So, you know, and it just seems kind of silly, really, to me, because one of the big things of survival is actually surviving against something that is, you know, a danger to you. So, yeah, I usually do play with planetary encounters, the actual mod planetary encounters. What are we hitting? Almost an hour out here? That's good. Now this looks different. Why does this look different? It's just the weird voxels they have. Do I not have my lights on? Now I do. And this is why, even if I had the small ship ore detector, it wouldn't be doing me any good, because a lot of times the ores are like deep inside these asteroids, so they really need to up their game on that too. They need to make the ore detectors a little bit better. I think the small ship one only has a 50-meter range, and I believe the large ship one has a 150-meter range. So yeah. Oh wait, that actually looked like... Get down there. Is there something down there? No. There has to be something other than magnesium on this. Like I said, there's always two. If I could get inside it, find the... Oh, no, there it is. It's iron. Or is that nickel? No, that's definitely iron. Yeah, iron. So this has iron and magnesium. They're supposed to, they said that they did go to more than a couple ores. They said they balanced it, but I haven't seen... I haven't seen it. I'm going to be honest. I haven't seen the balance of the asteroids yet, of having, you know, a better selection of ores. It seems to me that the asteroids are more asteroid like stone than it is resources. And I know probably that's realistic, but it's a game. That's the worst argument I hate, is having when people say, well, it's not realistic to do that. Well, it's not realistic for us to actually be doing this right now. It's not realistic that, you know, there's no orbital mechanics. It's not realistic that you know, we have something called a hydrogen engine that should not even exist, because it doesn't make sense, you know, energy wise. You know, you can't make more energy out of the same energy. You know, it's just, you know, oh my god. But I let that stuff pass, you know, because I know I'm playing a game. And a lot of times it's not about being realistic, because Kerbal Space Program isn't realistic either, you know, for the Kerbal Space Program players out there, because you have orbital mechanics and stuff like that, but it's not the actual how orbital... I mean, it's close, but it's not the actual same thing. Plus, Kerbal itself is the planets are considered dwarf planets and they shouldn't even exist with what they have. But you know, that's all stuff that is not important because it's a fun game. Oh, let's see, 3.7. I guess we can we fit all that in there? So yeah, I am getting lower on the stuff. I am watching everybody. Nobody's really texting anything, so we're good there. One of the big things I want to find is ice. If I can find ice, that means I'm set in space for a pretty long time, so not a big deal. They do have ice asteroids that are 100% made of ice. I have not seen one yet, but I have read that people have found them. So they are a thing. I still see no random encounters, which is kind of disappointing. Alright, so GPS, we'll get rid of this one, and I'll make a new one. There we go. You can find, I have found patches of ice though. I've only found one out of all my test games I've been playing. Like I said, so it's obviously still pretty rare. I remember back in the old days, almost every asteroid had water on it or ice on it, you know, small patches here and there to go with the ores, but I've never seen it where it's been so bad that there's no, you know, you don't get a whole lot of, I mean, there is ores here, but there, I just can't, you know, like if I dig into it, will I be able to detect it? You know, will I be able to cheat the system? I believe this has a 30-meter range, I believe. Go it out. Can't believe I haven't found any ores yet. Yeah, it has been about an hour. It's time for another break, maybe? So there it is again. There's the pause. Oh, there's our first random account. Oh, it's only a business shipment. Oh, man. So the encounters are the same. They've changed a lot of... I mean, the business shipment still looks like the business shipment, but... Ah, man, that was kind of disappointing. We did get a pause before, but I didn't get to see it. Like I said, they do blink out. The business shipment does not. That does stay solid the whole time. But a lot of the pirate stuff kind of blinks in and out, and there's some new random encounters that I don't really want to ruin for you guys, but there's that I have found in some of the earlier playtests that are pretty cool. They're like static type things, you know, like what you can find. I'll just leave it at that. But they're hard to find because they do blink in and out, and they do have certain, like, you have to be a certain range from them for them to actually come solid. I mean, by they blink out, I mean I can see that one right now. It's red. I would see it for a second and it would go away, and then you wouldn't see it for maybe a couple minutes, and then it would come back for, you know, 10-20 seconds, and then it would blink out again. That's what I mean by that. All right. So I don't see anything out here. Oh boy. All right, so I'm going to get back to my ship. I am going to take another break. I don't know if I'll play again tonight. This is like 3 hours of live streaming I've been doing on this, but I'm pretty happy where I have you know, I started out with the speed test of getting to basic, which I did pretty good at, and then we did building this ship, and then I came back and we went to space and we looked around. I haven't seen much difference in the ores of the asteroids from previous versions, and I haven't found any ice yet, so it definitely seems like it's still rare. So yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see how it goes. But for now, I'm going to take a break. I might not be back, but I'll probably be back tomorrow, Sunday, if possible, for the last day of playing this legally. And that'll be it. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and have a good one. Can I find my stuff here? Yeah, there it is. Have a good one. So, Malkuth, out of here.